I'm Kathy Newman.
And I'm Jamie Barton.
And I'm here to interview Jamie Barton. Jamie is a Shorter alum. She graduated in, when did you graduate?
2004.
2004, mezzo-soprano, and we're going to talk to Jamie about her career. She's done well since she left Shorter College. Jamie, you went from Shorter, you went straight into grad school?
Right into grad school with Indiana University.
Oh, that's impressive. They have a great program there, don't they?
Yes, it's huge, and it's really good. It's very, very good.
Okay, and what was the step after that?
I directly after that started with Houston Grand Opera in their studio program. So it's a training program for singers.
Okay, and so it's also a performance venue that you got to perform in. How many years were you with that?
I am still with them now, and I've been with them for a year and a half.
Ah, okay. So you're living in Houston?
Yes.
At the moment?
Yes.
But you've traveled, from what I hear.
A little bit, here and there.
Yeah. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure,
Tell us what you've done?
I'm contracted with Houston for 9 months of the year.
Okay.
Which leaves 3 months kind of to go out and do other jobs. So last summer I worked with Opera Theater of St. Louis. I was their Suzuki in Madame Butterfly.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes. And then I also did...
They're going to edit this, I'm sure.
Oh, sure.
Okay, go ahead. Yes, ma'am.
And yes, after that I went to Aspen, Colorado, and I was their Witch and Hansel and Gretel.
Oh, in Aspen?
Aspen, Colorado.
Wow, nice.
It was good.
Yeah, isn't that like the ski resort for all the stars?
Oh yeah. I met Lance Armstrong and Jack Nicholson.
See, I knew you would meet some stars, man.
Totally.
That's awesome.
He was sitting in on an orchestral rehearsal.
Why?
He lives there and he just really loves it, apparently.
Wow.
Yeah, it was kind of neat.
That's really cool.
So yeah, so I was there and then I went back to Houston.
Okay, so you are about to have your debut at the Met in New York City.
Yes.
And what is the date for that?
September 23rd.
This is huge, isn't it?
Yes, very much so. It's incredibly surprising and exciting, and sometimes I don't quite...
Now, how does something like this happen?
Well,
is this just from all your experience and people, is...
The Met, they kind of know me. Back in 2007, I won the Met competition.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
I remember reading that. Okay.
Yeah, so I kind of got on their radar at that point. That being said, I was in Houston from then on, so I was kind of in the Houston bubble. But I think in a way they were kind of watching me anytime I would come to New York. There would usually be a Met representative at something I was doing, whether it be a recital or a competition or something like that. So when I actually, January 20th of this year, I just made my Carnegie Hall debut. And
I can't touch it. Okay.
But yeah, I made my Carnegie Hall debut on a duo recital through the Maryland Horn Foundation. And there was a Met representative there, and they heard me and had this position open and asked me to come do Second Lady in the Magic Flute.
So you were invited. You didn't have to audition for this, or? Oh my gosh, what an honor.
Yeah, really, really huge honor.
We have a star in our midst, people. I just want to tell you that. I had written down a couple of things while you were doing when you were talking to everyone. Mm-hmm. You were talking about how your voice is changing. Mm-hmm. And you said, I didn't realize this, and a lot of high school singers will be watching this as, a training video, but your voice constantly changes. You don't get to a time in your life where your voice just sort of evens out and stays at a certain level.
Yeah, I think towards, for women, towards the age of 35, you can kind of expect, 31 to 35, you can kind of expect your voice to kind of get to a level, and then you know what you're going to be at that point. Right now, I'm still growing. My my voice is not quite yet at its full growth. And so with that, there's a lot of really good changes that are happening. It is going higher, but it's also going lower, which makes it difficult to connect the two.
Right.
That's the reason for continuing training, and the importance of continuing training through well, not just through the life, but especially in this area of my life.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
Is that important? Because I know for me as an actor in New York, I continued to train the entire time I was there.
Oh, yeah.
Is that just as important for you as a singer?
I would absolutely say so. I mean, it's so important as a singer, not just from the artistic standpoint, but also from the physiological standpoint. I mean, you're going to be changing for a while, and even when you hit the age of 30 something and your voice kind of evens out, the vocal cords start to calcify, which is kind of what happens at that age. When things become more stable, you still have to continue training to keep it up. It's just like any muscle that you would work at the gym. I mean,
have to, yeah.
if you don't continue working it, you can get to one place and just stay there, or you can beef it up even more, whatever. But
Yeah.
you have to, in order to maintain it, you have to use it, and you have to train it correctly, because there's a lot of people who I've seen who go and train to a certain point and then don't train through a lot of performances, and they get really out of shape as far as they go, because you really need an external pair of ears to hear you to say, okay, this needs tweaking.
Right, exactly.